Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
This is crazy. This means our jobs are safe, at least for now.
At least for now, yes. I think we have a couple of years left before we get replaced. Yes, AI is great, and we should definitely be leveraging AI in our workflows, but we should not be relying on AI purely ourselves to write scripts. It's just not as good yet.
Hello, hello, everybody. Today we are again with Marco Lange and Azal Ishad, and we are going to talk about what's new with advertising and what's working in advertising. So, without further ado, let's catch up with Marco. Marco, how's everything going at your end?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Kids are sick.
That's not good. Influenza.
Yeah. It's last month I was sick, and now they are sick. So I'm hoping that this week is ending, and then next week we can all go back to normal. Yeah, how's everything at your end? Is agency doing well?
Yeah, I can't complain actually. We've been testing a lot of different things in the last couple of weeks, everything from, and this is something that I'm really excited to go through with you today because it's been something that we've been working on for a couple of months. We've been testing two main things. One thing that we've been testing is sort of an AI media buying tool to see how that performs called Magic X. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but we've been basically setting up automation rules and AI prompts to help with the media buying. It's still early, but it's been doing exceptionally well in terms of how getting profitability up, not necessarily scale yet. So I'm really excited to go through that with you. And then the second thing, we've been talking a lot about AI recently. And so I wanted to bring AI into the conversation with cold hard facts. We, in October of last year and November of last year, tested AI only scripts, no creative strategist edits, only scripts written by AI tools, some general tools like ChatGPT, and some like marketing specific, such as like Icon. And then we tested that against creative strategist written scripts. And I want to go through that data with you today because I think it's fascinating to see. We all talk about AI being a game changer, and I think it will be, but it's just not there yet. Where would you like to start on those two, and what do you have for us?
Yeah, I have a lot of things, but let's just go into you because you have a lot of things to talk about. Talk to me about what's new thing you're working on this script thing. I'm really excited about it.
This AI scripting? Okay.
Yeah.
So we have, I'm sure you've had a similar thing, and like hindsight is 2020 here, but like even I can't right now decide if this was some of the most genius thing that we've done or some of the most dumb thing that we've ever done. But I'm sure you've had this conversation with your clients where the clients are saying we should be leveraging AI more, right? Whether it's in media buying, whether it's in creative strategists, it's gotten to the point where we now get scripts written by clients that are 100% written by ChatGPT, but they say they want to test them anyway. They're getting like excited about the fact that AI in the marketing, especially in the DCC space, is becoming bigger and bigger. And so we've been testing this. Like I said, we tested this in October of November of last year, and then again in January of this year. So to put this to bed, we told the clients that we would directly test this. So we got permission from a few clients that are spending roughly 250 to 350 per month USD on meta ads only. And we said for 1 month, we would only run ChatGPT written scripts. Nothing was touched by a creative strategist. We would then run scripts written by tools like icon.me and a couple of similar things like that, that basically have like an ad GPT to measure how they would perform. And then we would measure what scripts written by a creative strategist would look like. Okay. And to go through this, I think you can kind of tell where this is going, but I have a little bit of data that I wanted to share with you with actual live ad account screenshots. The first thing that I want to show you here is we're looking at, this is September, October. This is October of last year. We spent roughly 292,000 at a 0.8 ROAS. This client effectively needs a 1.8 ROAS to break even, and anything above that is basically profitable for them, easy. It's in the outdoor niche. That's all I can really say. I can't say too much more there, but I want to highlight a couple of things. So 292,000, call it 300,000 in spend at a 0.8 ROAS. And these were scripts that were all 100% written by ChatGPT. We gave ChatGPT the prompt such as, you are an expert copywriter that's been in the DTC space for 20 plus years, that has been writing banger ad scripts, etc. Like we've been trying different prompts to try and get ChatGPT to write good scripts. We tried things like, we even pushed like cash advertising. I don't know if you've read the book, but cash advertising principles to put those into the scripts. There's even a cash advertising GPT on ChatGPT that you can use for this, which is not bad actually, for little things, not for something like this. We tested a couple of other prompts to try and see what we can make it work. We did all of this within one project, and I think that's important to mention so that we continuously passed, the learnings across all those different chats, and we had a high level summary of what we were looking for. That just basically helps ChatGPT when it writes scripts. We tested that. Point 0.8 ROAS in the month of October. Really, really, really shit. Didn't do very well, not great where we wanted it to be. We then said, okay, this didn't perform. You're going to tell me not to swear.
No, you go swear. This is our podcast. Okay, what the fuck we want to do?
It didn't perform as well. So then we said, okay, let's test a marketing specific AI tool. So things like icon.me and a couple of different others. You can see there's an improvement and quite a decent one. We went from a 0.8 to roughly a 1 ROAS, right? Keeping spend fairly similar, a little bit of a drop, 50K in spend drop, but not bad at all. Again, purely written by ChatGPT. Creative Strategist made minor tweaks to it. That's one difference with before. We made minor tweaks to it, but we let the script do all of the work, or we let the GPT do most of the work, and we got a bit of an improvement. Now, the thing that I want to highlight here is the moment a creative strategist took over in January again, and remember, this is all for the same client, our ROAS jumped to 2.99, call it 3 on 289,000 in spend. That to me showcases that yes, AI is great and we should definitely be leveraging AI in our workflows, but we should not be relying on AI purely ourselves to write scripts. It's just not as good yet. You still need a trained creative strategist that actually knows what they're doing, that is familiar with the different principles and frameworks in media buying, that understands how a platform like Meta, because a script on Meta is going to be different than a script on TikTok, right? And so they need to understand these principles. And the moment leveraging a little bit of AI, right? We use AI to come up with new angles. We use AI to help us source different format ideas. We use AI to analyze reviews and spit out like the top 10 things that people are saying so that we get ideas, but then to actually write the scripts. Once we had a real human being that has a living pulse that, shits, eats, and breathes, we increased the ROAS from 0.8 to a 2.9. And I think this goes to show us, and I want to highlight the date here, like this is in Feb so far, sorry, not January, this is in Feb so far. We can see just how big of an improvement that has been.
So the key learning is being thoughtful. Like AI do the script writing, but you're being thoughtful at being a really good editor actually really helps, because then you can actually know which concepts. And like you try the same concept, you try the same idea, same format, just scripts were different, correct?
Yes, correct.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
This is crazy. Like just such a jump. Like if you just let AI do the thing and let humans do the thing, this means our jobs are safe, at least for now.
At least for now, yes. I think we have a couple of years left before we get replaced, but it is crazy. Like you said, the summary here is leverage AI in your daily workflow, but don't rely purely on AI to get you out of your hole or to write your full scripts or anything like that. You still need the human touch to make it something that a user on Meta is going to click on and then eventually buy. I think that's super important.
I guess the main thing that we can take away from here is that, like, when a thoughtful person is really thinking, feeling how it feels like to me when I will get this ad at the back, it really makes a big difference.
So the thing that you just said is, I think, the most important thing for me here is AI is great at coming up with ideas that we might not have thought of, but it is horrible at turning that thought into a feeling. And people click and resonate or stop scrolling, and this is what makes a good scroll stopper, is if they feel something in what they're watching, right? Whether it's excitement, whether it's they can relate to the character that they're seeing on the screen, whether it's envy, whether it's jealousy, whether it's anger, I think I said, whether it's like happiness from what they're seeing. If you make someone feel something, and that's something that AI tools are not good at yet, you can actually get someone to stop, watch, and then click. And I think what you just said is like the perfect summary of this. You need to make someone feel something.
Great.
I'm really excited about this one because we just went through how AI is not that great for creative strategy just yet, but where I think it really shines and where we see a lot of benefit, and this is something that we tested in a similar time frame, is using it for the actual media buying. And I want to talk to you about a tool that we've been testing called Magic X. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Correct.
Cool. But effectively, you can use their AI marketer, is what they call it, to come up with campaigns that you can run, and you can set automations. And there are specific automations that I want to talk to you about. We do media buying slightly differently than a lot of other people. I won't go into the full story today, but effectively, we use a lot of rules and if statements. So we create rules per ad accounts, and these aren't rules that we might necessarily put into a ad account. It's how we media buy for that ad account. What I mean with that is we will tell the media buyer if CPA is XYZ, then scale or cut that ad or whatever it might be, so that we have values or principles or guiding like rules that we use for these ad accounts. We basically used AI to translate those rules into automations that we can set on MagicX. And what that means is we basically were able to set 3 rules that I think are super important. Surf scaling daily has been a game changer for us. Turning campaigns off throughout the day that are not performing well and then turning them back on at midnight has been super valuable. And then the third thing is turning off ads that over a rolling 7-day period have been trending downwards. So without having to do the analysis, MagicX automatically looks at ads within specific campaigns that we set, whether these creatives are starting to die out. And if these creatives are starting to die out, it actually starts to turn off that campaign and that ad. And we get a notification that that ad has been turned off. That saves our media buyers so much time throughout the week because they can use that time rather than analyzing the data, going through, okay, changing the toggle from 7 days, looking at 14 days, looking at the trend, putting that into a CSV, or using any of these like Triatria, Foreplay, Motion, whatever tool that you're using to analyze your creatives. You can have AI make that decision for you and then just notify you with the data. Saves us so much time. And because our media buyers are also creative strategists, they can use that time to write new scripts, new briefs, new everything. The biggest thing here, and this is the thing that has me the most excited for, is the scale surfing rules that we set. Let's say, for example, we have a client, right? Their CPA goals on this pair of glasses, they cannot afford to sell these glasses for more than $35. Let's use that as the rule. I will then set my target CPA in the rule that if my CPA is under $34, you have my permission to increase the budget 22% every 90 minutes within 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. of that ad account time zone. What that means is our media buyers don't have to go into the ad account every 90 minutes and manually change the budget. This AI tool is automatically analyzing the data, looking at whether the CPA is within the budget and the parameters that I set, and then automatically increasing the budget. And because we do it every 90 minutes, if we start at $1 and the results hold, by the end of the day, we might be at $1,000 on spend on that creative. On that ad set, sorry, in that campaign. The beauty here is it only increases the budget if the results are positive. If the results are negative, it doesn't actually spend, meaning we stay at that $1 level and it turns off that campaign. What this has allowed us to do is be super profitable, like hyper profitable for our clients. On average, if we're talking about like let's say a 2 flat ROAS, it's gotten us to a 2.9, so almost a 1 point increase in just using surf scaling automation. It's been really, really, really powerful and something that I'm excited to test. The drawback, ironically, here is a little bit on the rules are set too stringently at the moment. So we are too focused on profitability. We have to match that with scale. So that's why we saw that increase. And I'm really excited to see how this goes. And we're going to continue to test this for the next couple of months. But I think if you're a small freelancer or if you're an agency, a boutique agency, and you want to free up some of your time, a tool like MagicX can really, really be beneficial and save you significant amounts of time. And this is something that I think where leveraging AI is actually valuable because it's not making creative decisions for you. It's just you set the framework and the parameters and then it executes on it for you. So it's effectively like having an additional team member that costs like $400 a month. It's insane.
Can you not do this via automation rules on Facebook?
You can, they're not as good. And the thing that I like here with MagicX is it pairs it with the AI marketer. So it actually analyzes your rules and tells you like, here's what you should launch this campaign as well. It'll help you decrease your CPA by XYZ. It does audience analysis, creative analysis, campaign analysis, ad set analysis, while also looking at your automations. So I think that mix is what makes this super powerful.
Interesting. So I was like, who pays for this expensive tool that is MagicX? And I tried it, and I think that the product is going to be amazing in terms of creative as well. They're doing a lot of crazy stuff, but I was not aware that like, I mean, he showed me the automation. I was like, still was not able to make sense out of it because like I want to be complete in control. I don't want AI to do things for me, but now that you just told me, I have to go check it out and do this on my own, especially when I have a free account already. So
Yes.
I should give it a try. Amazing. amazing insight in that, and especially the media buying tactic that most people are not talking about. I feel like I have learned something new. Let me tell you about Grüns. I
Tell
just
me.
wrote this newsletter last week, and between media buying and creative, I'm more of a creative guy. So Grüns are basically $100 million brand. And the best part about them is that they just recently grew last 1.5, 2 years really fast. And the founder is pretty young. He's like not like old guy who knows a game. He's just like doing things right, having the right people around him. And what I loved about this product was that most supplement brands, they're like doing VSL, they are trying to sell you, they're trying to educate you. Grüns that it knows that all people somehow are using some supplements, and they assume that, and they're just going after enemies. Our enemy is veggies, our enemy is supplements, our enemies is green powder, right? Our enemy is GLP-1. This is all we care about. And if you look at their ads, like one of the ads shows like how Grüns is a crown of the entire all veggies, and you should actually use it. And the best part is it's so intuitive. A product like this, when it comes in your hand, you understand, okay, I was so stupid why I was doing this. I should use these gummies because gummies taste good. Gummy makes you feel good. It doesn't feel like it's a chore. Whenever I used to drink these green powders, I felt like I was doing a chore. But these gummies, I looked forward to. And so I love the fact that they were like comparing all the enemy ads, comparing all of them with Grüns and how easy it is. There's no sugar. Great for kids. They were focusing on specifically for kids. And I feel like that specific brand knew how to do DTC in 2025 that most people are not aware of, are not doing it. And they have a unique positioning in the market. And I just love the brand.
Grüns, I get a lot of their ads. They're really, really, really great ads.
Let me show you ads. So let's look at it together. So there's one ad is reaction videos. I think this works really well. And it's showing to the kids, asking kids feedback. Most brands don't do that. Most brands are not focusing, like it's very hard to actually take your product and ask somebody organically. They do that really well. Then you'll go down, they show you'll eat veggies made simple and tasty, like not trying to get too markety about it, just trying to focus on a really good creative. Then bold images like these are also working really well. And my favorite one, as I told you, was this one: escape the veggie wars. That's it. That's what it's all about. You don't have to make it super complicated. The creative just has to make the people understand the idea. One big idea. Gruel is better than all the veggies you're making your kids eat. And it was just like, and they found a niche as well. So I really loved that part about them. And that's their secret to 100 million revenue within 2-3 years.
I mean, you have 2 kids, right? These ads are like kind of perfectly targeting parents, where I'm sure you know how hard it is to get a child to eat a bloody broccoli. In this case, you give them a little gummy and it has broccolis in them. They're keeping it super simple. They're addressing a specific pain point that parents and kids generally have. And it's not a fancy ad. It's super simple. I think that last one that you showed us was probably made with a little bit of AI, but the others are really, really, they focus on the actual problem that the people are having rather than making the ad like overly complicated. It's a really good example of why they hit $100 million.
Yeah, and it's not even features point that it's just simple
No,
ad. It's just
yeah,
doing the thing. Like it's like, where have you been all my
yes,
life?
it's a
Great.
no-brainer. It's really good.
Yeah. So I love that. I think we should check it out. Like everybody should check out Grüns ads. They are growing really fast. They should be one of your ad inspiration library. Yeah. So tune in for next week. That's all. We have a lot of content for you. And until next week. Bye bye.
Bye.